Hi, welcome to the Rosen College Demo Kitchen. Today I'm going to teach you one of the baking techniques, and I'm going to do a, a yeast dough recipe. We're going to make some pizza dough. Okay. The first step to this is we need warm water, approximately 97 degrees to 110. Okay. And then we're going to add in some sugar, and then I'm going to add the instant yeast. Okay. The sugar is what the yeast feeds on. Okay. We need this to bloom. If the water's too cold, the yeast won't bloom, or if it's too hot, it'll kill the yeast, okay? So this will sit until it frosts on top, okay? And it's going to take a few minutes, so we'll come back to that. Okay, our next step is, now that the yeast is bloomed, we're going to pour that into the mixing bowl. On the mixing bowl, I have a dough hook for kneading. We're going to add the olive oil to that. And then I have the dry ingredients. I'm using half bread flour and half all-purpose flour. In my opinion, I like the all-purpose flour and the bread flour. The bread flour gives the dough a crunch, and the all-purpose keeps it kind of tender on the inside. I'm going to give this a quick stir together. I'm going to start the mixer on a medium speed, and then I'm going to gradually add the flour in, about 1 cup at a time. Okay, now that I have some of the flour and it won't splash around, I'm going to raise the speed up a bit. Catches all the flour on the side. I did this in 2 parts flour like this, so that sometimes the dough doesn't need quite enough flour, sometimes it needs a little bit more. Depends on how much it absorbs. I just want it to form a ball and start bouncing off the sides of the mixer. Now that the dough has been properly kneaded, I'm going to remove the dough hook. I'm going to pour a little olive oil into the pan, into the bowl. I'm going to pull the dough out, form somewhat of a ball here. And I'm going to run the olive oil all over the dough. And this will go into a proof box, or you can leave it out at room temperature until it doubles in size. Okay, the dough had doubled in size. This is what it looks like when it comes out. See the air pockets and stuff? That's from the yeast. Let's drop a little bit of flour down there so it can work with the dough. I'm going to knock all the air out of the dough, okay? If not, then you get the bubbles in your crust, okay? I'm going to add a little extra flour to the top. I'm going to use a rolling pin. Start, and I'll finish with my hands, but I find it helps tremendously to get a lot of those air pockets out of there. Okay, now that the dough rolled out, I've knocked all the air pockets off. I'm going to throw a little flour on the pan. Put our pizza dough on this. Okay, I'm going to take a fork and knock holes into it. That also stops the crust from bubbling up. Okay, now it's chef's choice. Whatever toppings you want: olive oil, marinara sauce, cheese, just veggies, focaccia, whatever you choose to make out of it. That's your yeast dough. This would go into a preheated 425-degree oven until the crust is crunchy and the cheese is melted, or whatever you choose. And then this is one I prepared for you ahead of time. Thank you for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you again next time.